It had been a peaceful day. Moro the Planet Eater had finally been defeated by the Z-Fighters, and it had been a few months until everything had gone back to normal for planet Earth. Bulma wanted to reward the fighters for their efforts in beating Moro, so she decided the best way to do that was a party. It was going to be a glorious day for everyone. Even the Prince of all Saiyans couldn't complain. From around the world, the Z-Fighters started arriving at the Capsule Corporation house, greeting Bulma, Trunks, and Vegeta, who just ignored them all and walked off. Even Lord Beerus and Whis arrived from Zeno's place. Goku and his family finally arrived at the party and were immediately given a warm greeting from everyone. The children went off and were playing tag while the adults were chatting about politics, news, etc. Food, family, friends, it was just the perfect day. As the guests thought the day couldn't get any better, Bulma had a surprise for them. She walked up in front of everyone holding a wine glass and started to tap it repeatedly to get everyone's attention. The chatter had died down and all faces turned towards their host. I wanted to thank you all for coming over and celebrating our victory against Moro. Without the help of our friends, we would have faced certain doom, Bulma said as she held out her wine glass. So this party is dedicated to them, she said. Yeah! Everyone cheered. While the party was great and all, the next reward will be the best one yet. Bulma smiled as she walked into her house while everyone else waited patiently for their host to come back out with the surprise. Oh, I wonder what it's going to be. Android 18's eyes gleamed. Videl clasped her hands together and smiled. It might be jewelry. No. It could be, oh, the possibilities are endless. Videl grinned. I hope it's more food, because we just ran out. Goku laughed slightly and was rubbing the back of his head. A loud punch could be heard. Everyone turned around to see Goku's face slammed down on the ground and Vegeta standing over him. That's because you ate the entire food, idiot! Vegeta yelled out angrily. Goku slowly got back to his feet. No fair, Vegeta! Goku said, dusting his GI. You attacked me from behind, he frowned. Well, next time, don't eat all the food by yourself. Vegeta yelled as everyone else started to smile at their friend's squabble. Beerus and Whis had their own food because Whis managed to save some for themselves. A few minutes later, Bulma came out with the 7 Dragon Balls and placed them in front for everyone to see. I'm letting us use the Dragon Balls, and since you guys managed to beat Moro, they will be able to make a wish. After summoning Shenron and Bulma making the first wish, Goku walked up to Vegeta and the others. Oi, Vegeta! Let's go and play this game called football. It's so fun! Goku grinned. He has an oval ball in his hands. Humph, you still act like a child, Kakarot, and no, I won't play your game called tag. Vegeta obviously annoyed with Goku for asking him such a ridiculous question. Come on, said Goku, trying to convince Vegeta otherwise. I said no, I will not play. Vegeta crossed his arms and turned his head away. Goku frowned. I'm not taking no for an answer, he said. And I'm not saying yes as an answer. Vegeta retorted angrily. Back and forth, one said yes and the other said no until Vegeta was getting a headache. Will you be quiet already? Vegeta snapped as he rubbed his throbbing head. Sometimes I wish you were gone, Kakarot, so I can have some peace and quiet. Vegeta muttered. Your wish has been granted. The Saiyan named Kakarot/Goku will now be gone. Shenron spoke as everyone turned towards the dragon in shock. What? Everyone, including Beerus and Whis, screamed as they turned back to Goku, who was suddenly disappearing. Wait, this isn't what I wanted to wish for. Vegeta yelled towards Shenron. Goku slowly looked down at his hand to see it slowly disappearing into nothingness. Hey guys, I feel cold. I can't feel my body. Goku whispered as he fell to the ground unconscious and soon disappeared from existence. There was no trace of Son Goku. Bulma's eyes shot open. Wait, we have another wish. Bulma said. Immediately she ran towards Shenron ready to make a wish. Shenron, please bring back the man called Goku, Bulma said. I cannot do that, Shenron said. Son Goku is not in this universe anymore and my powers don't extend outside the universe. You mean that we can't get him back, everyone said. That is correct, Shenron told them. Everyone looked down defeated, as they had just lost one of their best friends forever, Goku. Tien closed his eyes, gritted his teeth and clenched his fists tightly. Krillin looked into the sky, trying desperately not to cry in front of everyone. Father! Gohan slumped down on a chair and wiped away the tears that were forming around his eyes and hugged his little brother. Chi-Chi fell on her knees and cried out Goku's name, hoping he would return to them, but she knew that he may never return to the Dragon Ball world. Beerus and Whis looked at the sky, praying to Zeno that their friend will return one day. Instead, Goku was traveling down into the world full of pirates and a corrupt government that is known to be called the One Piece world. It was a beautiful and sunny morning. The birds were chirping and flying around an island that was surrounded by large bodies of water. Near the top of the island, in the forest region, a man wearing an orange martial arts gi was on the ground unconscious. It was the Saiyan warrior, Son Goku. The sun burned brightly across the island. It seeped through the cracks of the leaves and was shining towards Goku's face. Goku scrunched his face and turned to his side. 5 more minutes. Goku mumbled as he slowly opened his eyes and saw he was lying down in the dirt. Goku's eyes widened. What the? Ow, my head hurts. Goku whined as he got off the ground. Where am I? Goku wondered. He looked around to see he was surrounded by a jungle that he didn't recognize. Goku flew on top of a tree and scouted the area to see any recognizable places, but not one thing was familiar to him. Goku jumped back down, sat cross-legged and closed his eyes, trying to remember anything that could tell him where he was. So I was talking with my friends at Bulma's party, next I ate a lot of food at the buffet table, and then I talked with Vegeta. Goku's eyes shot open. Wait a minute! Goku soon remembered about the wish and how Vegeta accidentally wished him away to somewhere that wasn't familiar to him. Wait, maybe I still can try and use instant transmission back to them, Goku said, hoping he was right. Goku pressed his 2 fingers to his forehead and tried to find any familiar key, but sadly he couldn't. It was as if his friends and loved ones never existed. Goku fell on his knees and clenched his hands. They're gone. They're all gone. Goku now knows that he is in a world that isn't the same and he will never get back home. Goku sighed and picked himself up. Well, I better go and find a village because I'm starving, Goku said, jokingly, hoping that he could forget this day. Surprisingly, it did help him forget. Goku started walking around, finding nobody near him until he started climbing towards the top of a cliff looking down on a palace. He scouted the area, but to his surprise, he didn't see a single person. Strange, I feel a lot of ki energy here, yet I don't see anyone, Goku thought to himself. Watch out! Someone screamed behind Goku. Instinctively, he turned around and went into battle, thinking it was an enemy, but seeing it was a girl pointing beside him. Huh? Goku dazedly responded. Look out! The girl screamed again. Confused, Goku turned to his side and saw a large beast-like creature staring directly into his eyes with its tail swinging back and forth and its mouth full of sharp, jagged teeth. The creature snarled as it ready to pounce on Goku. A loud snap could be heard and someone fell. The creature's eyes widened, it picked up its head and turned to where the noise was heard. Goku turned his head too and was frightened by what he saw. Apparently, the girl tried to back away and run, but she had fallen over a tree stump and landed on a bunch of twigs and vines lying on the ground that caught a hold of her leg. The creature growled and started towards the tangled girl as she desperately tried to break free. Unsure what to do at the moment, Goku slowly tried to move towards the girl. He wasn't sure what the creature was capable of, and Goku knew the girl was at a dangerous spot. He didn't want the girl to be harmed, but it was too late. The beast pounced towards the girl. The girl closed her eyes in terror, and oh! Goku yelled out as he launched forwards and caught the creature by the tail. The creature slammed back onto the ground. It looked back at Goku and hissed at him, but Goku gritted his teeth and swung the creature around multiple times before he released it towards a tree. The creature slumped onto the ground, not moving a muscle. Goku took one last glance at the creature before he made his way towards the top of the cliff where the girl was. Don't worry, I'll get you out, Goku said as he was easily breaking the vines that were ensnaring her. Who are you? The girl mustered out. Goku smiled towards her. I'm just a friend who's here to help. Goku broke the last vine and brought her back to her feet. What Goku didn't see was the creature's eyes opening and slowly getting back up on its feet as well. You okay? Goku asked, to which the girl nodded slowly. Goku sighed in relief. Good, because maybe you can. Get out of the way! Goku shouted as he saw the creature pounce into the air and was aiming towards the girl. Goku immediately shoved the girl out of harm's way and collided with the creature, sending them hurtling off the cliff and towards the palace. Now normally, Goku would have flown out of the way of the palace and landed them both to safety, but he was too busy trying not to get eaten by the large beast. The creature roared in Goku's face as he was holding it back with his hand. Goku moved his other hand back and clenched tightly. Get off of me! Goku swiftly punched the beast right between the eyes and shot the creature into the lower region of the island. Goku sighed in relief, closed his eyes and was free falling, letting the breeze brush past him as he enjoyed the cold feeling. After a few seconds, Goku finally opened his eyes, looked down and saw he was heading straight for the palace ceiling. Ahhhhh, he yelled as he crashed through the palace roof head first and landed into a room filled with steam water. It was a bathtub. Goku picked his head up from the shallow water and got up slowly. Why do I keep landing on my head? Goku looked up and searched the room trying to find any way out, but the steam was clouding his vision, making it nearly impossible to see. As he searched the room, he saw a rectangular-shaped object near a wall. Is that a door? Goku thought as he walked towards it, but before going any further, Goku heard a noise at the far side and looked over to see a dark outline shape of a person. Goku squinted his eyes, allowing him to see more clearly. When his eyes came into focus, he noticed an undressed woman horrified at the sight of a man in the bath with her. Her name is Boa Hancock, the Kuja Empress. As Goku noticed Hancock, he felt entranced by this woman, but not because of her beauty, which definitely outclassed any other women, but by her hardened gaze. He felt a fiery strong will coming from the woman. It was similar to his wife Chi-Chi, so he knew that he shouldn't provoke her in any way. Her look had a feeling of hatred towards him. It made Goku take a step back. This woman is not to be reckoned with, he thought. A male? In the palace. Sisters, come quickly, she screamed. Goku covered his ears at the high-pitched scream echoing around the room. Within the second, two snake-like females barged into the room with appalled looks to what they were witnessing. Whoa! Goku said as he witnessed the two snake-like females entering the room. Goku observed them closely and noticed one of them had a large and bloated stomach with orange hair, while the second was slender and had an abnormal head size with a teal-colored hair. Their names were Marigold and Sandersonia. They came into the bathtub and saw there was indeed a male in the palace. Sister! Are you all right? Did he hurt you? Sandersonia, concerned, went over to Hancock examining if she was injured. Marigold's face flushed with anger. If he so much as laid a finger on you. Marigold turned her head slightly and stared angrily at Goku, making him feel uneasy. The tension slowly grew as both sides were silently staring at one another until Goku noticed a strange mark on Hancock's back. It looked as if it had been branded with a heated metal. With curiosity, Goku pointed at it. Hey, there's something on your back. Is it a tattoo? Goku asked, which horrified the three sisters even more. Hancock gritted her teeth before she spoke. You looked. Hancock said with a whisper filled with rage that Goku nearly winced at the harshness in her voice. Goku looked at the faces of the three women. He knew they wanted blood and a battle was going to erupt. They inched closer to Goku. Hey, wait a minute, Goku said, holding his hands up trying to stop them from possibly destroying the palace. Goku didn't really care about the palace, but he knew if he wanted someone to help him find out where he was, the palace would be the first place to ask around. Why is it bad to see a mark on your back? I don't understand. Goku said. Hancock glared angrily at the Saiyan. This mark fuels my passion in hating creatures like you. It is our burden that we must keep a secret from our people, even if it means we have to die. Hancock extended her hands towards Goku. Now take this and be gone. Marrow, marrow, marrow. Boa hissed. A pink beam appeared in front of Hancock's hand and was heading straight for Goku. Oh, crap! Goku had no idea what was going to happen except for the fact that he saw an energy beam coming from Hancock. Goku raised his arms in a defensive position, thinking it was an energy attack. Seconds passed and Goku, still in his shielded position, peeked his eyes open as he looked around, seeing nothing had happened. Goku examined himself and found no residue on his martial arts GI. Goku scratched his head in confusion. Did she miss? Goku thought. He looked at his opponents with confusion, but to his surprise, the Amazonian women had the same confused expression themselves. Why didn't he get affected by my Mero attack? Hancock said in shock, it must have been a fluke. Try again, big sister. Sandersonia responded. Mero. Hancock aimed at Goku. Again, a pink energy beam appeared from Hancock's hand and hit it straight for Goku. Instead of blocking the energy beam, Goku left himself defenseless to observe the attack. To Goku's shock, instead of an intensive energy beam, he noticed it was a stream of vibrantly flashed pink hearts that headed straight towards him and twirled around him like a cyclone. As the stream of pink hearts faded away into nothing, Goku was still standing utterly confused to what he had witnessed. The Kuja sisters couldn't believe it. They assumed the man would have turned into stone like every other person that gazed upon Hancock with lust in their hearts. None, old, young, male or female, could fail to be captured by Hancock's beauty. To Goku, there were signs of energy in the stream of hearts, but they lacked any explosive effects that he was used to. This led Goku to question the purpose of the attack if it had no intention to harm him. Impossible! Hancock said in astonishment. Why didn't he turn to stone? Is his heart not moved from seeing me? Marigold rejected the idea. Of course not, sister. Marigold said while Sandersonia agreed. He must fear death more than his wicked desires of seeing you in the bath. Goku cocked his head slightly in confusion. Stone? Wicked desires, he thought. While Goku was trying to comprehend on what they meant, he saw a tail dash towards him. Get him, Sandersonia! Marigold shouted. Quickly, Goku backflipped into the air as the tail rushed past him. Goku landed lightly on top of the tail. You should be more careful. You could have damaged this palace if hadn't jumped over your tail. Goku pointed out. Furious, Marigold and Sandersonia rushed towards Goku. He was engaged into a full-scale barrage of attacks. Left and right, Marigold and Sandersonia struck forward, but Goku gracefully moved or pushed away from the attack, effortlessly surprising the sisters because they have never seen anyone dodge their duo attacks for that long. Sandersonia launched a powerful uppercut towards him, but Goku crouched down to avoid the blow and then used his arms to push himself upward, slamming his feet into Sandersonia. Goku thought that he could do this all day. Arg! Goku fell to the ground unconscious. He was hit in the back of the head with a blunt object by Marigold and was knocked out. The fighting had stopped and the Kuja women were panting as it took a lot of effort to stop the fighter. What shall we do with him, sister? Sandersonia and Marigold, who were catching their breath, and asked Hancock. She stared at the unconscious fighter, expressionless, wondering what to do with him. Eventually, a smile curled on her mouth. Take him to the arena. We'll publicly execute him in front of the entire village, smiled Hancock devilishly.